behind it, how it impacts the community, and then like the business benefits and the environmental and societal benefits. Okay, so our first question is, what would you like people to know about the Truth Beauty Company?
The Truth Beauty Company is my endeavor to make clean beauty, better beauty, more accessible, and to impact our environment as well through that shift, and also our own personal health, buying better products, not only for ourselves, but perhaps our families.
Awesome. Okay, so how did the innovation emerge?
Really, honestly, out of necessity. So I will be 37 in, 12 days, let's go with it. But I became a vegetarian when I was 21, and that shift to eating better, eating cleaner, that was my motivation. I didn't want the toxins that are so often associated with, like, animals, injections, antibiotics, hormones. I didn't want that, so I just cut it all out. And then started my investigation into products I had in my house, what I was using to clean, products that I was using on my body, my shampoos, my lipsticks, and I actually realized how toxic all that stuff was as well. So it was at that point that I started to switch over.
Is there been like a moment where you really that fueled your desire to change these things within like the environment or society? Is there like a moment that you can reflect on that you know that you wanted to make it?
I've always been fairly conscious of living better. My mother's side of the family was always sort of overweight and health issues like high blood pressure, obesity. It was kind of rampant on her side, and I always attributed to the food that they were eating, and like highly processed, highly packaged food. And then every time they would go to the doctors, they were just given big pharma.
Yeah.
And for me, I remember my grandmother dying. She had been prescribed a new medication for her heart, and she ended up dying in her sleep. And I was like, there was probably some sort of conflict with the medications. Nobody really investigates that. I think we're so easy to just do whatever's cheapest, whatever's fastest, whatever achieves the most immediate solution. And it's not been my approach to living. And so I'm answering your question in a very indirect way that doesn't really have much to do with Truth Beauty, but it really does.
Yeah.
That sort of was it stayed in my core. How can I make a change for people to live more healthy on this planet?
Tell us about a positive impact that the Truth Beauty Company has already made within Guelph, Waterloo, or even Canada.
I think the Truth Beauty has made some pretty big impact as far as supporting, and I'm going to keep saying female entrepreneurs because most of these companies are backed by females. I've got a few by men, but mostly these are female owned and operated.
So tell us about a peak moment you've had with the Truth Beauty Company.
I'm going to say 2017 overall. I opened Guelph in July 2016. We've only been here a year. One full year. So I think that was like the catalyst, and that's when I brought on like a PR firm and like a really great team member who's doing a lot for business development. We have created so many opportunities for ourselves in the last year and really solidified my place in this green beauty sphere.
That's awesome. Tell us about a time when you knew that this innovation was fueling positivity in the community.
Well, definitely when I look at like the micro level, when people come in and ask me for my small local brand, so they want Sage Soap Company, which is made here in Guelph, or they want Carbon, which is here in Guelph. They love those local connections. So that's been really amazing.
That's an awesome story. Congratulations on everything.
Be strong, ladies.
Yeah.
Be strong.
Thank you for sitting down with us.
You're welcome.
Thank you.